Tina Dalton and the rest of our group, and we are going to just kind of create a little bit of our rainbow salad.
Yo.
So we already have a platter of mixed romaine lettuce leaves on our bamboo platter. Sorry, we have a little competition over here. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to be focusing on slicing and chopping because I don't know if you know, but more than 50% of time is wasted in the kitchen cutting and chopping. So that's really what takes up a bulk of your cooking time. So finding a few quality tools that can really cut that down is really going to increase the speed on being able to pull out healthy meals at home in a decent amount of time. So what I have here is our simple slicer. Our simple slicer, you just put a sled on the track and then the food holder goes in, okay? And then all you do is you move this little mechanism here from the locking position to either a 1, which is 1/16 of an inch of slice, 2 is 2/16, and then 3 is 3/16 of a slice. So 3/16 of an inch for your slicing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it on a 2. You want to cut down your cucumber so that it fits in. And then if you have any type of a gap here, you want to hold it between what I call the button top here so that you get a better grip over the top. You never want to use it without the food holder. Okay, it's very, very sharp. And before you put it in your sink, you want to make sure that you lock it. Okay, so then you're going to just continue to slice right there. Now, a few things about the simple slicer is you can use it like this at an angle on your cutting board. There are some feet that grip so that it doesn't slip around on you. And then also, there's these little grooves here, so if you are cutting over the top of a bowl, you can easily just lock that in over the edge of the bowl, so then you can slice right into the bowl or the pan or whatever you're cooking with. So I'm going to take these cucumbers here and just layer them on our salad.
Beautiful.
Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a yellow bell pepper. That's a great way to add a pop of color to your salad. I have just cut out the stem and the seeds. Now, if you are going to be using only part of your pepper and going to be putting it away to store, you want to leave the seeds intact with the pepper. Leave them in there, and that will keep your pepper from going bad quickly. So since we're going to use the whole pepper, I did seed that and pull that out of there. This fits right into the top again, and you can slice. Another fun thing that you can do, I'm going to actually make this a little bit thicker, go to the 3, is this is a great way too to throw in your frying pan with eggs. You could do fried eggs in there and just let them cook up in there. And if you get one with 4 bumps for green pepper, it's great for St. Patrick's Day if you had your 4-leaf clover.
Nice.
So I'm going to just slice those
4
in
bumps.
4 bumps.
4
bumps.
4 bumps.
Okay, so we'll add our yellow across the top.
Oh,
here.
beautiful. There we go.
Now what I want to show you too really quick with the rest of this, you could slice it all the way down, but what I'm going to do here is show you another use for our quick slice. For my fajita and margarita parties, I'm always using the quick slice now for my peppers. I'll teach how you can cut off the pepper by leaving the seeds intact by going around the edges.
Do you want one, Tina? Do you want a pepper that's whole to show?
Sure. Then what you do is if you're doing something that's larger, you start out on the cutting board and get it started and then move it over here to the quick slice. And so then you get your nice thin slices. These are a little bit thicker then. Thank you. And what Nancy Jo was mentioning is if you turn it the other direction, sorry, I lost a pepper down in there. Okay. Rewind. Like I said, anybody could do my job, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it great that we don't have to be perfect?
Pampered, not perfect. So I turn in the other direction and get them started, and that's how you get your dice of your pepper.
Oh, great.
I never knew.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, so showing you again, if you're going to only use part of your pepper, you would want to cut around the edges, leaving the seeds intact. So then you can put this in a baggie and store it in your fridge. For fajitas and such, you just want to make sure that the peppers do fit across where you're slicing. Just avoiding around the edges of the quick slice so you don't get any food trapped in there.
Okay, so I want to see how you're doing that. So it's up, it's skin side down into there.
I am, because the skin sometimes takes a little bit harder to break the cut of it. It'll do it just fine with one, but if you're layering it, you probably want to do with the cut side up so it breaks into the surface better. And I let it fall over the edges. This is because I'm on camera.
It's just us.
Okay.
It is. It's okay.
So then we have some red pepper we can add in here.
Oh, look at that.
really add whatever type of toppings you want to the salad. Just looking for different fun colors to add in there. Okay, back to my simple slicer. You can take part of, this is some red cabbage here. To get some nice thin slices of the red cabbage, just add that in there. So if you're one for doing any type of cabbage or coleslaw, this is on the 1 setting, so this is 1/16 of an inch. This is definitely something better done over a bowl because it can get a little bit messy, but it adds a nice color to the salad too.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
And that's much quicker and much cheaper than a bag of lettuce with all the different toppings in there.
And safer.
That have been sitting there for who knows how long. Okay.
And safer. They say that
Much
the average lettuce is shipped about 1,500 to 2,000 miles, so you know there's preservatives in there.
I would say take the bag of lettuce challenge, buy a bag of lettuce, use it in a spinner, and see what comes off of it. And I promise you, you'll want fresh lettuce from now on. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is switch over to our food chopper. Now our food chopper has been with Pampered Chef for quite a long time, and it's evolved over the years, but it does completely come apart for easy cleanup in your dishwasher. It's all dishwasher safe. Watch out for the blades, they are super sharp. And this little cap here is, of course, for storage, but it's also a great little vessel if you're chopping up a small amount of nuts or carrots and things like that. You can chop right in the top there. If you're doing more, then you can just travel around your cutting board, have a few piles around. And then what you do is you slap chop it. Oftentimes when people call it the slap chop. And add some more color. And then to let you know too, as you're chopping with the food chopper, it does rotate the blade a quarter turn each time that you're going, so it's not chopping in the same section. We'll add a few more carrots there. See, I should have done it back in the cap to make it easier. Okay. Now another cool way to slice up your carrots, if you like them cut thin like I do, you can use our spiral and slice. And so all you do is just load up your baby carrots to fill up one of the sides, or if you want some celery, you could put a couple sticks of celery in there, some radishes, or whatever you want to cut up. And then you can load it on and give a few twists for some thin slices of your carrots. So I'm doing it here so everyone can see how thin they are. They're very thin, and even with the baby carrots, so you don't have to worry, you don't have to necessarily cut large carrots for that. So these may not make it all on the salad, but so you can see how that works. Okay. Then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use our manual food processor. Our personal sous chef, Manuel, does a lot of chopping in my kitchen, but today we're going to actually be making a homemade dressing in there. And because of the speed of the food processor, it actually emulsifies and keeps it from separating out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you a little bit about the food processor, and then we're going to go ahead and make the dressing. So it comes with these 4 components. You have the bowl, the blade, the storage lid. So if you make something and you want to just pop it into the fridge, pop that on there. And then we have our pumping handle here. So the bowl, the blade, and the cover are all dishwasher safe. The lid you do not submerge in water, you just wipe it down. It's super easy to keep clean. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take our Easy Read measuring cup, which you read from the top down, and all you have to do, this is the medium size that comes in the set, is what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just include all the ingredients in here. So I need a cup of oil.
Now you're making homemade honey Dijon.
The honey Dijon dressing.
Yeah, and this just honey Dijon mustard, absolutely awesome. I just want to tell you, you'll never buy store-bought again. Okay.
And so actually, let me back up a little bit too. On the blades, you're going to notice that they're staggered 3 different heights, and that makes it so that you can actually fill up the vessel pretty full, and then it's going to rotate the food as you're cutting. And if you're going to layer things like making a homemade salsa or something like that in there, put your more firm ingredients on the bottom so that those are the ones that are getting chopped up more. So you want to layer your onions on the bottom, your tomatoes on the top, so that the onions are getting more chopping. Okay, so I have 1 cup of oil, and right in the same container, I'm going to watch it and get it up to 1 1/4 cup. This makes the honey come out a lot easier too. Okay, so 1/4 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of Dijon. Whoa, Dijon mustard.
You have to put it on
surprise.
airplane mode.
Oh, thank you.
Up the next 1/4 cup. And then a 1/4 cup of citrus or vinegar. So you can use lemon juice, lime juice, or vinegar. I have some lime juice here. A tip when you're in season for limes, you can get them really cheap right about now, is I buy them in bulk and I juice them all and I freeze them in the herb freezing trays in the freezer. So then when you want to make Brazilian lemonade or you want to make a salsa, all you have to do is pull an ice cube out and thaw it out. So that's what I did today, was just pull a little bit out to thaw. And this is lime juice that we're using today. Okay. Because limes can get pretty expensive.
Oh my
Same
gosh.
with lemons too. So now we're just going to pour this in.
Look at how easy it comes out. That's
Woo!
Get that
Oil
little bit of
first.
honey left.
Yeah.
And add our lid on here.
And she
then
measured.
awesome. I measured too.
For dressings I might the first time. For shows I measure a lot, but at home a lot of times it's eyeballing. First time I follow it to know the recipe, after that I personalize it. So, as you can see here, just after a few spins, we've got our dressing that's coming together here.
Ooh. Ah.
Okay, so this is actually an awesome tool too, and both the Simple Slicer and the Manual Food Processor come in the starter kit for new consultants. So it's a great deal if you're looking at getting both of them. You might want to just look into purchasing the kit and giving the business a try, because the fact that you can get them both and then make the money back that you spent on the entire kit in probably your first show or two, it's a steal. So it's definitely worth giving it a try. Yay.
All right.